All right, guys, so this is another example of multiplying decimals by whole numbers. Now remember, we are multiplying, and the rule for multiplying decimals is not the same as adding and subtracting. A little recap: if you are adding and subtracting decimals, you bring down the decimal. But in this case, we are multiplying, so we are not bringing down the decimal. So if you don't know that, write that down. That's very important. Adding and subtracting, bring down the decimal. Multiplying, dividing, do not bring down the decimal. You have to carry it over. I'll explain now what I'm going to do. So if you have an example like this, and it's 2 times, and you have 0.018, the first thing you're going to do is the one with the decimal, you're going to write on the top. And then the one without the decimal, you're going to write right under it. You do not have to move it over. You do not have to do anything fancy. All you're going to do now is multiply. So 8 times 2 is 16. Carry the 1. Then you have 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Then you have 2 times 0 is 0. And then 2 times 0 is 0. Yes, I still have my students multiply those and add those zeros there because you don't want a problem later with carrying over the decimal and forgetting the place that is supposed to hold it. So just do me a favor and always write down, even if it's zeros, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So now we are going to check where our decimal goes. So step 1 is you have your decimal here. We're going to get it out of the way. Let's see how many spaces we have to move it to get it out of the way. Well, it's 1, 2, 3. So we had to move it 3 steps over to get it out of the way. Now remember, our imaginary decimal is at the end of our answer here, and it's imaginary, but we know it's there. And we know we need to move it 3 times. So we're going to start here, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So again, you see how I have the zeros here, and instead of leaving that blank, because we know that 2 times 0 is 0, I still write the zeros because of this. When you need to place your decimal, you don't want to mess up and put it in the wrong spot. So our final answer is 0.036, and sometimes it can be written as just 0.036, but never ever take out any decimals that are after any zeros that are after the decimals. If it's before it, then it is optional whether you want to keep it or not. All right, and that's all for today.